Hello to our audience and welcome back to another Nomad Capitalist lifestyle video. I am here in Portomaso, Malta, and we are going to talk a little bit about how the lifestyle in Malta is, some of the investment opportunities that are out there, and overall how Malta can be the place where you might want to relocate. Today I am joined here by Mark from Alliance Real Estate. It's the biggest real estate broker in Malta. I am very happy to be joined by him today. So tell us a little bit about the area that we're in right now.
So right now we are in St.Julians. This is I would say, the metropolis of Malta. St. Julians here is one of the most where you find the nightlife, where you find the luxury residences. And right now where we are is Portomaso Laguna. So it's a concept, it's called special designated area, that they combine luxury living with five-star hotel living and also commercial. So if you see it, look up to that building, you find a commercial, so you can register your business, your residency, and you get to keep your boats as well in the marina.
Yeah, very, very nice. And you were telling me a little bit earlier that this is one of the first designated areas for non-Europeans to actually purchase property in Malta. So of course there's a lot of investment here, but why don't you tell us a little bit about the investment profile of people who actually want to buy property here?
Right, so this is very popular for both locals and foreigners as well. If you are a non-EU resident, a non-EU member, and you want to purchase a property in Malta, you can buy with the same rights as a Maltese resident here in Malta. So this is called the special designated area, where you have extra amenities for gym, a pool, marina, a beautiful sea view just right on the Mediterranean island. And it gives you also benefits that you can rent out the property. So those that would buy a property in Malta, coming from all around the world, they buy a property and they can rent it out at the flat rate tax, what they pay is only 15%. So that gives more
special tax treatment, of course.
Right, that gives a lot of flexibility for foreigners to come and invest in properties in Malta. And one of the best things is that the capital appreciation is very high on the properties.
Yeah.
So if you buy a property here, you can expect a 6 to 8% capital appreciation every year.
And how much does it cost to actually rent these properties for those who want to, rent them out and live here?
I would say that if you look at from the renter perspective, you would start between 1,800, 2,000 euros starting price, and you can go up even to 7,000 euros.
Yeah, of course, these ones that are facing the marina.
Right at the sea, exactly. And then soon we're also going to have a look at the new concept of Portomaso, that they've extended Portomaso with the laguna. So this was also a man-made laguna that has been created to give more the Caribbean vibe to the concept.
Yeah.
So you have a underlaying pool that goes all the way under the properties, and you have a direct access to the pool as well.
Amazing. It's really the life that you want to be living, right?
100%.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the weather. So right now, of course, this is March. I love the weather. Actually, it's a little bit more windy, but still with that beach vibes. But tell us how that works throughout the year, what you can expect when you live here.
Malta has 300 days of sun. So that means
even in the winter.
In the winter time. So right now we are pretty much in the winter time, and we still get to enjoy it without the jacket. So this is basically the Mediterranean lifestyle Malta.
Amazing.
And it's when you live by the sea, it gives you a different mindset when you wake up in the morning as well.
Yeah. Tell us a little bit about the luxury lifestyle. What is, how much does it cost and what you can actually get? Because really, I have seen a lot of luxury cars going around, especially in this area.
So if you buy a property, what is a good thing is that you don't pay annual tax on the property. So if you own a property, it's yours. You're only going to pay tax if you sell, unless you sell after 3 years when you keep it as your private residency, because then you get to sell it for tax-free. So if you want to buy an apartment here or rent an apartment, let's say right now we are just nearby Laguna. So this is the complex that I was mentioning about.
The beautiful pool.
That you have a fantastic pool goes all under the properties, and here you get to rent an apartment between 3,500 to 7,000 euros. You have 2 and 3 bedroom apartments. Some of them you can choose the one that is close to the sea, and directly you can jump in from the bedroom and even from the terrace as well.
Yeah, you can jump from the balcony even.
Exactly. So here these are, I would say, the high-end properties, but you can also find from 2,000 euros up to 7,000. And when it comes to extra charges, would be maybe water, electricity. That would be what it costs.
So, Mark, you were telling us a little bit about how this is a designated area for non-Europeans to purchase property. You also mentioned briefly the residence permit, but why don't we focus on that? What can people get in terms of residence permit or immigration if they purchase an apartment here for 500,000, you mentioned?
Yeah, so for example, let's say in this complex, you can find starting from 500,000 euros
Mm-hmm.
up to 3 million. So anyone that decides to what lifestyle they want to live in Malta, they would find definitely in this complex if they want to live in St. Julians.
And they can get a permanent residence permit, correct?
Right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Is that also something that your company assists with? Do you accompany the clients, or of course, are you well connected in order to get these benefits as well?
So when the client comes here, normally they're always aware of what are the benefits of living in Malta.
Mm-hmm.
So buying a property will be part of the residency program as well.
Yes.
So there's a minimum requirement that normally they have to have is 300,000 to 350,000 euros is a minimum investment,
Okay.
or they need to rent a property for around 14,000 euros per year.
Mhm.
So whether they want to buy or they want to rent a property,
There's an option.
there is an option here.
Yeah. All right, Mark. Well, thank you very much for all of the information that you have provided us with so far. Really, it is a great pleasure to have you here as part of our YouTube channel.
Thank you. What about if I show you some apartments as well in this
Oh,
area?
that would be amazing. Thank you so much.
Let's
And
go.
to our audience, stay tuned for that video because me and Mark are about to go see some properties, see what you can actually get from your investment here in Malta. And we're going to talk more about all the opportunities that this country has to offer. So stay tuned.